Welcome to the channel today. Today we'll do a fast walkthrough on what's kind of changed since the last video. This is the container garden, and first thing up is these here is the loquats. That one there is a bad one. We're going to take that one off, but they're just starting to ripen. I'm going to try this one so you kind of see what they look like. Also, that won't been down quite as far, and some people take the skin off. I don't. I do have seeds in the middle of them. Are we trying to? And the thing about these, that's like it's trying to sprout. You don't want these to dry out if you want to plant the seeds. Those two bigger seeds I may plant. Okay, and best thing I can say, it tastes like an apricot. Coast thing, it tastes like apricot. It's not an apricot. And if I don't forget, I'll come back and plant those. I'll set those right there for now. If you let them dry out, the germination drops really quickly on them. These are loquats. They set the fruits in the fall. If you can carry them through the winter. And I had to take these inside. If not, they would have lost all the fruit. It got too cold this winter because we got down to between 18 and 20 degrees. When it did that, I took it inside. They're supposed to be able to take down to 26 degrees for blooms, 28 degrees for fruit. I think it'll take a little bit more than that, but this year, I thought that someone was going to survive it that was grown outside, but I don't think any of the fruit survived. So this here, now we're seeing this is cherry of the Rio Grande. Again, another one that it tastes more like a cherry than anything else that they say is cherry-like. You know, I've tried the Suriname cherry, the Barbados cherry. To me, this is a better tasting one. But these are the little blooms that have come out, and we're seeing them all over the tree. So it didn't get so cold that it froze it back. If it get really cold weather, they won't bloom. Been my experience. So if the ends of the leaves start getting brown, they've suffered some drought. So you want to make sure you keep them hydrated. They don't wilt like a normal tree. They just start dying back on the ends of the leaves. Then coming over here, strawberry guava. We're seeing the buds on this coming out. And like I said, got them all over, so we're going to see how that tasted. They're short and show just a little bit of wilt here, so it needs to be watered again. This thing, with this pot and as big as tree it is, it takes a lot of water. That's one thing I don't like about fabric pots is they drain so well that you have to water a lot. Like I say, drainage can either be a plus or a minus. Here's my pineapple. It's just starting to turn some around in here. One person asked, when do you cut them? Well, you cut them when it's ripe. Because once you cut a pineapple, it never improves in flavor, it just deteriorates. It's just like it's actually a berry, I believe. Well, that's a banana. But anyway, is that strawberry? Yeah. And with berries, strawberries, blackberries, once you cut them, all the ripening stops. So the fruit doesn't ripen up. Like if you do an apple or an orange, they will continue to ripen a little bit, or a tomato will continue to ripen. With pineapples and strawberries and blackberries, even blueberries, they don't continue to ripen. I guess just a quick look at these. My dwarf tomatoes, they're starting to size up really good, do really nice. As you can see, those things, if you've seen from the last video, they've taken off on my dwarf variety of tomatoes. This tree's really putting out a lot of growth on what survived. The middle of it did not survive, but your graft is right here. So this here is, still the clementine. So it'll be okay. Not going to look, well, I guess we can. Here is the Okinawa spinach. This one's coming out really good, so is this one. And like I say, every spot that I plant them has produced another one. It has sat out there. It's went through a lot of the cold freezes, and it comes back every year. So it's not been a problem for at least down in the lower teens. Hasn't hurt it none. This one is showing some nutrient problems here. Need to add some probably more nitrogen or whatever. Nitrogen and magnesium when it starts doing it like that. It does have some blooms on it. I've kind of held back on the fertilizer because it's getting so big. And this is my Jiu-Jitsu lemonade tree. And all these are really starting to put the blooms out. I was kind of worried about it. This is what used to be sumo fruit. It's the one that's got the orange on. It's got the neck on the end of it. If you get in the stores, like $3.99 a pound at HEB, unless they're on sale. So that's why we got it. I did come back here for this right here. This is a lychee, and this is the first year it's really put out blooms for me on this tree. And I got it to pollinate this tree, and for this tree, it's decided not to bloom this year. So we could have had really good cross pollination, but we're not going to get it. So that's just the way it is. And then we'll come up around here. And I did spray these trees here with fungicide and dormant oil the other day. And this tree is starting to bloom out. It's doing well. And I did want to show you this, and I'm going to go ahead and plant some of these. This is my burgundy corn. I put all the seeds there. Some is ate on a few of the seeds. I also planted it the same day I planted the other ones. I planted this corn. So I'd have, transplant if I needed to. I'm going to need to. What I don't like about planting corn, it don't keep going up, son. There. You see all those roots? You don't want to damage those roots. And they're ready to transplant, so you got to transplant them now. So I'm going to get down here. I want at least 4 per cell. So we're going to dig in here. Hopefully I won't. We're going to see how this works. Because I want to get all the roots out of it. I'm not a big fan of doing this. But we're going to see which corn does best. Because I may not be a fan of it, that don't mean I'm right. But corn roots are very sensitive. And if you mess up that corn root, it never repairs itself. Unlike your tomatoes and things. So we got that for that one. I'm missing one over here. That one stayed together better. Try to pull it out. Excuse me. And honestly, I think the rest of them are okay. Hopefully this will come out of it. And this got a hole cut at 2 inches, so it allows the water to drain out to keep everything moist inside. One thing I don't show very often, got these trash cans, I fill them full of water. That way I got easy access to water, and I just water these in. You always want to water in anything that you plant. You get rid of the air hose there, air pockets, air hose. And we've done that. The other thing we're going to show coming over here is just the blueberries. And they're really starting to size up. This is Sweet Crisp. It is a Southern High Bush type. This one here's looking better. Leaves are looking better on it. It's starting to bloom out. It's got snow chaser. It has really struggled since I put it in this pot 4 or 5 years ago. This is another Sweet Crisp. Again, not a bad set. Not the best I've ever had, but you know, these made okay. This here is O'Neill, and I always think it's funny on O'Neill because you see these. I have seen these things start to ripen before they ever get hardly any leaves on it. It does that every year. The berries taste okay. This year it kind of did a double bloom deal. So we got some early blooms that produce some fruit, but then we got another one that's blooming at the same deal as cluster of fruit. So same thing with this up here. That just means they're going to ripen at different times. These are the rabbit eye blueberry here. This over here is the pink lemonade. Is actually making good. Pink lemonade seems to need a little more wind chill, cold chill, or chill hours. I get it right here in a minute. Than other trees do, and that's the temperature between 32 and 45. We got that this year. I have had some years it didn't flower at all. So it tends to be a shower producer, but this year it looks like it's going to make pretty good. And then we got this is the Roddenberry peach. That's actually a seeded peach variety. The nurse that sells them said they sold them by the seeds. They come up that way. And my nectarine tree that didn't put a freaking single nectarine on it that I can find. And I don't know why. So I may plant it in the ground because I'm tired of messing with it. And I had some people say, why do you plant these in containers? Well, they were kind of in containers to start with when I moved, but I can take better care of them up here. They're not competing against the roots of the trees around here. Yeah, it's a whole lot easier to put them in the ground if you can, but you know, at the old house, the soil will not let me put them in the ground. The roots would actually rot. First off. Second off, you may have, too rocky of soil, so you can't really put them in the ground. This may be some type of, you may have really sandy soil and you have really bad nematodes. This might be a way to avoid the nematodes. So there's just different reasons why you would do that. Let's go take one last look. We'll take one last look at the loquat tree that was, and I said none of them would make, and then I see one that looks like it's going to make. So we got, out of all this, we're going to have one of them that somehow is going to make. And this is called Yehuda. No, it's not Yehuda. That was the other one. This is Barbie, and the variety, it is a very good variety. It just, I think it's made, I put it in the ground probably 5 years ago, right before we had Snowmageddon, and it has produced fruit once since then. We've had a lot of cold temperatures, so. And then over here, just let you look at the fig tree. I did put a little bit of fertilizer down. You don't put too much fertilizer, but this is Strawberry Verde, so it tends to be a shorter variety. It did get some rot on it, which is fine. You know, you're going to see some of them die back sometime, like that there. Probably freeze damage, but I them grow as a bush. That's what figs want to grow, is like a bush. So, but anyway. Thanks for watching. We're going to kind of cut it short. I've got to go into Houston this afternoon, so we'll be back tomorrow. My son's be holding down the fort along with my Dobermans. But I'll be seeing y'all next week, seeing y'all later. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.